drop it here. No, I forgot it's Mega Base. What we have is another tier list because tonight we're going to be live streaming the event, which I think will be absolutely awesome. It's going to be called the 0 Point Crisis, I think. So yeah, we're going to be doing a item tier list. If you think this is, if you think also if we like, maybe next season, we will do a tier list on every POI if you want to. So yeah, we got all this. Here we're going to be ranking the healings, not just consumables, but also like the weapon item kind of things, not guns, just like those kinds of things, as well as traps. After the POI thing, we will be doing a tier list on every device, like shopping carts, brutes and stuff. Yeah. But first we're gonna go through the tier list. We have Go to Heaven item. Then it should obviously go to heaven because it is just so good. Next up we got Mega Base. It's just Mega, but it's my name. Next up we have Average. Pretty good, pretty bad. It's pretty good. Rarely use this. Just maybe rarely use it. So it's kind of like just situational, kind of like. Just like sometimes it will help you. Drop it. You get it. Just drop it from your inventory. It's not worth it. Next up we have It Doesn't Exist. Basically, like, yeah. Okay, first up we got bandages. You know the way I always say stuff like bandages used to be absolutely pointless and no one uses them? Sometimes they work. They're actually better than bandage bazooka. Well, bandage bazookas shoot faster. Bandages, it doesn't have any charges. Bandage having charges. So I'm going to put it into rarely useless because sometimes they work. Like if you've got, it's kind of like if I've got no med kits or anything, I'll just have to use bandages for now. Next up, med kits. Yeah, normal med kits, they are pretty good. Pretty good. I put in average, like, yeah, I think I would put it average, seeing as they are pretty good. Like 10 seconds, you got your full health. So you like works wonders, get all health back. Next up we got minis. I'll put it to average as well. Yeah, the thing is, just do with mini. They're pretty good. Just I wouldn't use them that much. Also, they're going to be in no order at all. Next up, the big pot. I think that would also go to average. I rarely use this. I'll put it into average. Like average, I think. Next up, we got Slurp Juice. I barely use Slurp Juice when I'm playing. Well, like in the LTMs when you get it back, Slurp Juice just isn't very fun. And I don't like Slurp Juice that much. I'm gonna put it into rarely use this. Like, you should rarely use it. It's not very good. Next up, the Chug Jugs. Chug Jugs are pretty good, I would say. I would put them to Mega Base. Like 15 seconds full health and shield. 15 seconds. That's one thing. But like I would just put it there like 15 seconds. Like this is what I mean by 15 seconds. I mean, yeah, look at my health now, but like, you saw the time there. but I have to put it into Mega Base. Like, it should go Mega Base. Next up, Chug Splash. I love Chug Splash, but I'm gonna put it to Mega Base. It's not a go to heaven item, but it's close, because like we can heal our teammates from it, which is good. Like, we always like to use Chug Splash. Like, it's great. Next up, the Bandage Bazooka. I don't like this thing. I'll put it to average. The reason I'm putting it to average is because it has charges, and I just put it there. Nah. Next up, the Chug Cannon. It's also gotta go average. Like, all it does is it's the same as the Bandage Bazooka, except it does just shield as well, which is better than the Bandage Bazooka, so I'll put it there for now. Next up, Small Fries. Well, I think they're really easy. I think I rarely use this. Like, yeah, well, they go up to 75, so I'll put it there. Floppers, I'm gonna put them into Mega Base. I love floppers, and also because you can heal 4 at a time. Next up, we got Slurpfish. I'm gonna put that as our first go-to heaven item because they are so good, and I like, yeah, gotta put it there because like, and also having 3 and doing the shield, you can get 2 off Predator, which is nuts, so I'm putting it to go to heaven item. Next up, the Spicy Fish. Peppers were better because this was such a bad fish. I'm gonna put it to drop it because it wasn't worth it. Like, the Drift Spicy Fish thing was pretty cool, but the Spicy Fish alone, they just weren't good. Next up, Jellyfish. Who didn't like Jellyfish? Actually, I didn't. I think I rarely use this. I very rarely use it. I don't use it all the time. So, yeah, I'll put it there for now. Next up we got the Shieldfish. They're really good. I'll put it to Mega Base. Like, they're good. Yeah, they're really good. I love Shieldfish. Next up, Snowy Flopper. It's drop it. I only ever carry those things just to get health. I never ever use Snowy Floppers. That's why I would never use it. Next up, we have got next up we have what other fish were there? That's the thing, I didn't write them down. Like, remember it. I'm an idiot. I don't know why I want to start with this one, but the Vendetta Flopper. This thing is a 1 in like 3,000 chance, I believe. It's rare, but I have caught some. You want to see proof? Oh, come on, it won't let me see the fish. Trust me though, I have caught Vendetta Floppers before. Like, I think you've already seen my video. You know what, I'll just go play it right now. No! Vendetta Flopper. We just use a flare gun, which was better. I'm gonna put it to drop it because, like, they're not worth it. Absolutely not worth it. Next up, the Midas Flopper. Do I even need to explain it, or like, it's obviously a go to heaven item. Like, eating it gives you all gold weapons. Yeah, so, and I think you have to just start them with like grey and go all the way up to gold, I think is what you have to do with them. Yeah, I think that is it. What other fish were there? That's the annoying thing. Like, other fish, I guess. Maybe... I actually have got no idea. Actually, mythic goldfish. Mythic goldfish, 1 out of a whole million, but it is a go to heaven item. Like, you never see anyone with a mythic goldfish. Like, I would say about 144 people have actually got to use mythic goldfish. That's it's just I think it's just a guess. I've got no idea because I've never got one before. But it's a 1 in a million chance, and if you don't know what it does, you just throw it down. It does 200 to anyone, which I think is absolutely insane. Yeah, that's just nuts. Next up, grey fishing rods. I don't have harpoons because that was in weapons. Grey fishing rods. Trash out in the river. See, all fishing rods are trash in the river, but you can't use harpoons in the river. Well, I would put it to average. Yeah, I would put it average. Next up, pro fishing rods. They're also average. Like, I really do not know how they change. Like, nah. Okay, and also now we are now going to move on to these other. Now we're going to move on to the other ones. Let me just. What do you do? Oh man, I'm just trying to. All right, the throwables. Now we're on the throwables. Next up, we got shield bubbles. Pretty good. Actually, drop it. Yeah, I don't like shield bubbles that much. Like, nah. I just put it there. Rusty cams. I'm gonna put it to. It doesn't exist. Like, no one is ever carrying a rusty cam because they do 20 damage and like. Look at these things. Look at these things. Who would use that? Who would want to use that? Next up, the chiller grenades. Like this thing. This thing I didn't hit that well. Like, it's fun to surf with. Right, for that I put it to average. Like, yeah. Also, I have forgot about one thing, vegetables. So we're gonna quickly just go back onto the vegetables quickly. We have now got the bananas. Bananas, I'm gonna put it into drop it. No reason where you should have a banana because it heals for 5. But they're better than shield mushrooms. Next up, the apple. Go to Kids Cantina up on that hill. Pretty good. But they're also drop it. It's like, don't carry an apple, guys. Just don't. I said don't. No, drop it. Next up, we got corn. Corn's decent. Right, I'll put it to rarely use this because, yeah. Next up, cabbages. These are actually average, I think. They're actually pretty good, I'd say. Next up, we have got our coconuts. Said that weird. Coconuts. They also do shield, I'm pretty sure. Do they also do shield? I'm pretty sure they do. But I'm gonna put it to rarely use this. Like, yeah, just rarely use it. You never really use it that well. I would say that, definitely. now we have the chili. It doesn't exist. Just kidding, guys. Just kidding. Were you gonna unsubscribe from me there? It is go to heaven item. Guys, I don't know who would put it into, it doesn't exist. Everyone wants a chili. Like, yum. I am speed. It is nuts. And that's why it's gotta go there. Next, we have got grenades. They're pretty. I think I'll go Mega Base for grenades. Like, just the 65-meter grenades. It's just, yeah. Next up, cleaners. They're better than grenades, I'd say, but I'd still put them. But actually, yeah, I'll still put them in Mega Base because, like, cleaners are pretty good, but just like, yeah. Next up, smoke grenades. These things don't exist. Look at these things. They're annoying to fight, and they don't do anything. You just throw a puff of smoke. Look at this. Looks like World War II's happened again. Like, look at that. I would say, I think I've got to put it into it doesn't exist. I just don't like it at all. Yeah, I'd put it there. Next up, shadow bombs. Go to heaven item. I love shadow bombs. Like, I've got to put it there. Like, it's just so good. Next up, stink bombs. Like, look at what stink bombs do. Look at them. Bang, bang, bang. Look at that thing. Look at them. That was a stink bomb. Can stand there and stink. Oh, that is gross. But yeah, for stink bombs, I'd have to put them into go to heaven item because stink bombs were just insane. And yeah, I'd put stink bombs there. Next up, boogie bombs. I love boogie bombs. Like, look at you. Remember when they first came out and you were just 10-second dancing, and when you shot them, it didn't stop their dance? Like, I loved boogie bombs. And that's why I put them into Mega Base. Like, boogie bombs are really annoying to fight, but yeah, I'd put them there. Next up, impulse grenades. Impulse grenades, I'm gonna put this into drop it. I never use impulse grenades. I hate impulse grenades. Yeah, they don't hit at all. Next up, proximity mines. 50 damage. That sucks. I mean, like, it is pretty cool to, like, do this. Like, look what you can do with it. And then, like, hang a minute, watch this. Like, there is cool stuff you can do with it. Look, it just blew up my whole base. That's, rarely use this, I think. Like, nah. I'd probably put it there. Also, why do I have a gun? Shockwave grenades. I'm gonna put it into Mega Base. Shockwave grenades are good. Like, yeah, they're really good actually. Much better than impulse grenades. Next up, we got storm flips. Like, it just creates a storm, and you can be in a and then you can make a circle in it. But I'm gonna put it to drop it. Like, it's still not very effective. Yeah. Next up, airstrike, which left pretty quickly. What? Right. Like, look at how destructive they are. Like, they left the game pretty quickly. Look at them. Like they are pretty good. I'll put it the average, like. Nah. I just put it there just for now. Junk rifts. Junk rifts are massive. I love junk rifts. Look at that. It just threw an anchor. I'm gonna put junk rifts into Mega Base. Like, junk rifts are good. Like, yeah, they're pretty good. Next up, bottle rockets. This doesn't exist. Bottle rockets just don't do anything. Like, yeah. Next up we got dynamite. It is very destructive. I mean, like, but like it does take quite a while to load. But like, look at that. You just saw that there. Then you just load it up. But I'm gonna put it into rarely use this. Like, you would rarely use dynamite. I would. Nah, they didn't hit that much. Next up, C4. This thing is nuts. Like, I mean, I'm just gonna build loads of random walls out of metal. Ooh. Like, look at, like, when you put all this C4 out, C4 is massive. It blew up everything! Didn't you see that? I've got to put it to go to heaven item. Also, I'm not calling it remote explosives, I'm just calling it C4. Next up, boom boxes. I hate boom boxes. I hate boom boxes. They aren't fun at all. It doesn't exist. Like, I hate boom boxes. Next up, the Port-a-Fort. Just rarely use this, I think. Yeah, I think. I can already build those, apart from the tires, though. But, like, it is pretty cool to, like, you know, do this. But, like, still, it's pretty boring. But on the other hand, we have the Port-a-Fortress. It was a legendary item for some reason. So, like, look. So there's someone fighting you over here, and then you just throw this down. And then they're like, whoa, what's going on here? And then, like, yeah, then look, you've just got to, like, just do that. Wait, can that? Does this work? Oh, no, it doesn't. But anyway, like, yeah, look at that. That is pretty good. I'll put in average, like, yeah. They were pretty good. Yeah, pretty good, I could say. Next up, we got the present. Mega Base, I think. They're really good. Yeah, presents are awesome. I love presents. Next up, the Rift-to-Go. It's a go to heaven item. It's like Rift-to-Go. That is cool. Like, yeah, it just, we love Rift-to-Goes. Next up, the glider redeploy. If you don't remember, we had glider redeploys. I'm gonna put it to drop it because it's taking up an item slot in your inventory. That is it. No. Next up, we have the grappler. I did not put this in the gun, even though it is a gun. It is in consumables and it does no damage. For grapplers, I'm gonna put it to Mega Base, I think. Normal grapplers, I would put it there. Also, I have forgotten one thing. That was the Ocean Chug Jug. That I would put it to Mega Base because I forgot about it. Yeah, I completely forgot that I was supposed to do that one. Next up, the Jules thing. The Jules glider gun. I'm gonna put it to go to heaven item. I loved Jules' glider gun. Definitely better than Sky's grappler. Sky's grappler, if you didn't know, was worse than a normal grappler. Next up, Skyscraper. I'm gonna put it to rarely use this. I rarely use Skyscraper, and you're all just gonna be screaming at me like, I hate you! I hate you! I hate you so much! Sorry guys, it's just what I feel like of it. Like guys, please don't hate me. If you do, then I might quit my channel. Just kidding, I would never do that to you. Next up, Kits Shockwave Grenade Launcher. Yeah, it was mega base, I'd say. I just think it would go there. Like, it was better than Shockwave grenades. Like, yeah, I think we should put it there. Yeah, and I wanted to put this one in because this is the shortest thing of anything in the game. This is the Eye of the Storm Tracker. This thing was in the game for 30 minutes. You're just gonna be going like, what? What the what? 30 whole minutes. Basically, it was just allowed to show you where the storm was going next. I'm gonna put it to drop it. It was just a backpack. That's the thing. Like, it was in for 30 whole minutes. Like, thing just who would want to pick it up? It was trash. Next up, jetpack. Normal jetpack. It was average, I'd say. Like, I think I should. Mando's jetpack. Mando's jetpack. I'm gonna put it to drop it. Not it doesn't exist, but yeah, I think it should go there just because no one picks up the jetpack. It was like, yo, I want the jetpack. The jetpack's cool. Next up, Stark jetpacks. They're pretty good. I put them into average. I like Stark jetpacks. They should be pretty good, actually. They're definitely better than the Mando jetpacks and the normal jetpacks, I think. Yeah, I think I should put it there. Okay, that is, oh yeah, right, snowman. I don't like the snowman that much. And anyway, it would obviously be seen. I'm gonna put it, drop it. Like, I think we should say it was drop it. Next up, creeping cardboard, in Mega Base, I think. Like, they were good for hiding. And it was good for like throwing C4 on it. It's launching you out with crash pads, pulling the trigger. That's what I thought about it. Next up, the bush. Bush ranger hiding in a bush is better than the normal bushes. I'm gonna put it into rarely use it. Like, you barely ever use the bush. Yeah, that is all the items. Now we're moving on to traps. Next up, we have the Zapper Trap. The Zapper Trap, I'm gonna put it to drop it because it was an item. Like, I know, like, you used it in a, it didn't get used in a trap slot, even though it was a trap. Next up, Damage Trap. Much better than, I love the Damage Trap, but it was very annoying to fight. Like, you know what? I want to place one down right now and see if it just, like, will it attack me right now? I don't think it attacked me, probably because I placed it. But for Damage Traps, I would actually think I'm going to put into Go to Heaven. I'm going to do that because they were broken. But like, everyone loved it when they got taken out. Next up, the Poison Trap. I don't like the Poison Trap. I'm gonna put it to it doesn't exist. I don't like it at all. Like, all you do, put it down, shoots, does nuts damage. Here's the problem. Takes like what? 15 seconds again? Just don't like it. Yeah. didn't like them. Next up, the launch pad. Why? It is obviously a go to heaven item. I really hope we get it next season because it is so fun. Like, let's launch ourselves up high. We're flying in the air. MLG man. Yeah. I love launch pads. I wish they'd come back next season. Next up, the chiller traps. I didn't like chiller traps. I'm gonna put them into rarely use this. You never ever would use it that much. Next up, bounce pads. Everyone loved bounce pads. I don't like them that much. I'm gonna put it to rarely use this. Launch pads are bouncers. Yeah, just I didn't really use them. And just like that, we are actually out of here. Wait, are we out of here? I think we're out of here. Let me just check all this. Yeah, just like that, that was our tier list. Let me know what you guys think of the tier list. I think that was pretty good. Next one will be for all the POIs. And that was it. Hope you guys loved it today. And yeah. Okay, goodbye.